and he is executing it extremely well.
And now Dawson going more to that right hook, which is an exquisite weapon. Watch out for the double right hook. Hey, if you're a conventional fighter against Dawson, you don't know which way to go.
And let me tell you something else that's happened. Glenn Johnson throwing fewer punches. So is he wearing down from the punishment body attack he's taken and having to move around this ring so much?
That's what Eddie Mustafa Muhammad is hoping.
And no jab from Johnson. Very little coming from him in terms of a jab.
He said to Dawson earlier, don't look for the knockout. It'll come. And that's what Dawson is doing. He takes advice well. Combination of the head by Dawson. Dawson now looks to be back in the saddle. Under 30 seconds left of the 7th. Johnson slowing down. Dawson picking up. They want Johnson to pick it up in the corner. And he does.
Wow, that's a right hand from Johnson. But a great round for Chad Dawson.
Listen for the bell, guys.
First he plays keep away, and then he lands a straight left. Interested spectator looking on in his dressing room. IBF light heavyweight champion Clinton Woods getting ready for the second part of our doubleheader with Antonio Tarver. The only other time Woods has been on American soil, September of '02, the Rose Garden in Portland, a unification title fight with Roy Jones Jr., which he lost. But don't let that fool you. He's a much better fighter today.
Well, he knows what this is all about. He fought Glenn Johnson 3 times, and he's felt pressure like Johnson is putting on Glenn Dawson, or Chad Dawson, excuse me. Dawson using that jab in the movement to keep Johnson at bay. Even though Johnson was able to get a right hand and a hook in, it was Dawson with that great right hook, which we are starting to see emerge in this fight.
Good job, Blue. Thank you.
Johnson went 1-1-1 with Clinton Woods. But most feel Johnson won all 3.
Glenn Johnson has had some hellaciously bad decisions. This is a very close fight, and he's in a position now where clearly if this thing heads toward a decision, he's going to have to make sure he controls and dominates some of these rounds.
A lot of movement by Dawson. An abrasion under the left eye of Dawson. Not in a bad place.
That last round was a superb round for Dawson, but Glenn Johnson was able to land a couple of good right hands toward the end of the round. And we have to remember that one more of those right hands that really hurts Dawson could alter this fight. And this round, Johnson's throwing more punches. He kind of took that last round off. I really think he was taking the last round off. I think he was conserving a little energy. Now the jab comes back from Johnson.
Using all the tricks he can muster at this stage of the game.
He is making Chad Dawson fight a great fight, and Dawson is.
Well, this was supposed to be a test for Chad Dawson. We'll still see if he passes the test. Great combination by Chad Dawson upstairs just a second ago.
It is certainly that. And you know, something to mention here. Chad Dawson started out at 168 pounds, still could fight at 168 pounds. Some people wonder if against the top light heavyweights, his power will be sufficient. Well, he's landed some major punches against Glenn Johnson. Hasn't hurt him yet. But he's not the only one that hasn't hurt Glenn Johnson, because Johnson's never been down.
Dazzling combination by Chad Dawson. And then he gets out of the harm's way. Minute to go, round 8. The punches losing steam by Glenn Johnson. Not that one. Straight right hand that sent Dawson back.
Dawson's making the 39-year-old Johnson use his legs a lot in this fight. he's hoping that will bear, fruit as this fight wears on. Nice uppercut by Dawson. That was a good punch.
And I truly believe he was steered back in the right direction by Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Absolutely. He was letting his macho get the better of him in some of those early rounds.
Well, you know where to find Glenn Johnson. He's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Nary a clinch. It has been non-stop action. Digging to the body is Dawson. Back comes Johnson.
Man, that's great action on the inside by both men.
No more.
Huge shots at the bell by both. And sitting ringside, the concerned wife of Chad Dawson, that is Crystal Dawson. They've really give him support. Great support system by the Dawson family.
You understand what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we're going to use our head. We're going to keep that right jab, double and triple, fast hands. Get out of there. Just like you just did. I don't want you trading with him. He's going to be desperate now. He's way behind on points. Don't let him get brave. Keep doing what you're doing.
Got this,
You're doing real good. Chin down.
I think with the pressure you're putting on, it should be enough. But we need every round, champ, in order to have a case. Okay. You can do it? Let's give it all we got, Glenn. All we got. 4 rounds, baby. We can either go home winners or losers.
Well, there's no doubt about it in the Glenn Johnson corner. They say, Glenn, you got to go out there and win these last 4 rounds.
Well, I think they believe that they think their man's in it. He said the pressure might be enough, but to make it happen, they've been on the short end of so many decisions. Now, I have Dawson ahead by a couple of points. I suspect he's ahead in this fight. Maybe not by as much as Eddie Mustafa says, but still, you would think he's probably ahead in this fight. But Glenn Johnson listening to his corner and coming right out and blasting away. Orlando Cuellar made an impression on him.
Both fighters fighting bravely. As we check in on press row once again, how do they have it? Eddie Daniels by 2 for Dawson. Rogers by 4 for Dawson. Sheehan by 4 for Dawson.
I've got the same score as Eddie Daniels, 77-75. There's a chopping right hand by Johnson on the inside. That was a great punch. Did it impact Dawson? Let's see. Oh, another one. You can make a case. It's true Dawson's younger, but Glenn Johnson lives for 12-round fights. So you can make the case that even at 39, he could do well in his later rounds. Not out of the question.
Dawson's been the 12-round distance 2 times. Of course, 2-0. They were against Adamek and Harding. Adamek to win the title, and he went down in the last round of that fight. He went down in the first round against Harding. Some anxious moments in that Adamek fight, but he was in control throughout, except for that knockdown.
This is a very close round here in round 9. Dawson's come back with some great combinations, but Johnson did very good work early, and there he does another right hand on the inside.
To your point, Al, Johnson's been 12 rounds 10 times, 5-4-1. But his last 12-round fight, September 06, he lost controversially to Clinton Woods.
And you can make the case, even though it's just barely an over 500 record, a couple of those could easily have gone to him. This is a pivotal round 9. Is it going for Johnson or Dawson?
We approach 30 seconds.
Dawson is starting to miss a little and throw some wider punches. Is that a sign of fatigue? We'll see.
It's close, all right. Final flurry could win over the judges if it comes. 20 seconds. Good straight left hand there by Dawson.
Good body shot by Glenn Johnson.
10 seconds. Time.
Johnson's wife, Jillian, applauding, supporting her husband, Glenn. She saw something she liked, I guess, Al, the last round.
Yeah, Glenn Johnson had one of his better rounds in the last few rounds. They're working the body, good shots downstairs. That's the place where he can make some things happen. That was the good short chopping right hand and the hook. And look at that great combination work on the inside by Glenn Johnson, momentarily pushing Dawson back. Dawson did some good work of his own as well.
All right, don't get close. Box him. Box him. Hey, we got 3 rounds. We got 3 more rounds, right? Now he's going to get desperate. All right? Box him. Chin down and step it around. Here we go. Box him.
That body, Chad.
We get the point.
We heard you.
We're sitting right here. Johnson knows if it goes to the judges as underdog, he's got to win decisively. Well, there's no question he's got to win these last few rounds or knock Dawson out, or at least put him down. But it's Dawson firing shots to the body.